Amen.
Instead of just talking about it.
Yeah,
we got to talk until we got enough people to do something about it.
That's it. And you did a great job at promoting that for sure. And I'd like to touch on something before I got to hit the road quickly. But what do you contribute to the low, the decline numbers that they found the DPS in the beginning of the fiscal year, where they're actually encouraging kids to come at least for what was it called, the preliminary count day, because they need that funding, and they're at a loss of $19 million this year. So they at least they're making efforts to try to get these kids to come out at least for the first attendance day.
That's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying, man? I mean, why don't you make that effort? Any other time, besides the day that you need to make the count.
What do you contribute to? Why do you think the kids don't want to join? Is it the program? It's not expanding their knowledge.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this right here, man. Like I said, the education system, man. It came from medieval Europe. It come from Europe with the Caucasians and stuff that came here and set up education, and it was for them, and it's culturally geared for white people. The education system is set up to make everybody basically, a solid male Caucasian in society. That whether you be female, black female, or whatever, that's the way the education system is geared. Now, if you've been listening to like Reverend Jeremiah Wright, Obama's old pastor, he did a speech at the NAACP where he talked about left brain and right brain education. Okay, blacks are right brain. They are right brain education type people, whereas whites tend to be more left brain education. So the education system is set up left brain. Okay, so blacks already have a disadvantage. They don't want to get into the analytical thought, the logic, the language, the science and math, the way that white people would do it. I mean, you can sit down and you can do the book thing, and put in the time and all of that. That's the way you gear. But when my kid goes to school, man, he's going to jump around and climb the desk, this, that, and the other. You're going to say, oh, he got a problem, man. He need to have some Ritalin. You know what I'm saying, man? To just put him in his chair. You know what I'm saying? But, he's more into creativity, art, music. He's more into intuition, holistic type thought and stuff like that, And black education has to be totally re-geared and rearranged in order to even hold the interests of black people. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we haven't even got there yet, man. We still fighting this fight, man, about stop playing the games. You know what I'm saying? With the money and with the poverty and with everything else. So we haven't even got to the point where we can say, you need to restructure the education system for blacks, in a different way. In order for them to be more successful. We need more hands-on, more trades and different things you can put your hands on and do, as opposed to sit down and take a whole lot of book theory and logic and throw up what you've been reading, on a test, so to speak. You
also got
a couple of days.
So many hundreds of thousands, thinking they're going to be able to ride out on the back of some kind of sports, which is, what the odds of that is. The odds of getting hit in the head of an asteroid is probably better.
But you know what? That goes back to that type of education that I'm talking about, man. Sports and stuff. They know they can do it. They know that I can play with the ball. I'm good. I can move. I can shake. I can bake. I can do this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's not the kind of education. And the only thing, not the sports guys, the big NFL teams and the NBA and all that. They got their little system going. You know what I'm saying? Where they start these boys in high school ball, follow them up through college and everything, and then farm them into college, whether they got an education or not. Yeah, farming them into the NBA and all that, and don't really care whether they get an education out of college, and then you know how they end up. Most of them end up broke anyway, even after they get out of the NBA and the NFL.
Oh yeah, if you're lucky to get out of college ball without an injury.
Exactly. But the guys that don't even break a sweat, got all the money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, man? And they can pay all the players, and they got all the stadiums. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And everything, man. I mean, the whole game, man, is just satanic. You know what I'm saying, man?
Yep. And actually, hijacker called, but I missed his call. You almost had the perfect that was almost the perfect segue if I could have got him in there.
Well, you gotta take these kids past playing basketball and the sports, because unfortunately that's 1 in a million, that gets chosen to be that person, and it just goes back to motivating the mind. But the schools, I think, now don't stimulate the mind enough, so the kids kind of wander. And then the boys figure, with the drug world, there's so much more that they can do faster than that education system. So they get caught up thinking that, if I go out here, I can make $100,000 while I'm sitting in class learning nothing, because that's not going to take me nowhere, because that education that I'm getting is not going to help me to get $100,000. And again, it goes back to younger people, younger parents, parenting children, and they're giving the kids the okay to drop out of school, do nothing, sell drugs, bring it home, make mama have, a nice Mercedes, make mama have nice clothes, make mama have enough money to go to the club. You understand what I'm saying? And there's no promise of, hey, if you go to school, and get that education, there is a way that you can actually get this stuff the right way. It's just like right now we have an infestation of people coming into our area, just breaking in our houses. Why? Because the need is there to either feed your family, feed yourself, or just get something that you want based on taking it from somewhere else. So it's no medium, because you're always on the defense. Like, well, I live in an urban community, and it's well,
you're gonna have that desire because they're pushing that in front of you 24/7, all day on the television. You're looking at international, HGTV and the houses that everybody's buying. You're looking at all the mansions. You're looking at the cars. I mean, you're gonna want what other people have, and you're gonna try to find a way to get there.
Well, yeah, reality TV is taking it to a whole nother level, because they're looking at these people on TV who are just sitting up there like, well, yeah, they live in $1 million house, and they go on tours, and then the girls are fighting amongst each other. They don't even act like they have a 12th grade education when they're sitting there talking to each other, because what 43-year-old woman would actually want to be on TV fighting another woman, just because you get that? I guess maybe it's the paycheck.
Right. That's interesting. But,
all right, we still got area code 678 on the air there. Did you have anything else, ma'am?
Not at the moment. I'm just checking you guys out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, are you tuned in, or?
I am.
Okay, great. Okay, I'm going to make some room for other callers, unless you'd like to just stay here and be part of the convo.
I sure will. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, like, the way it's going now, man, with 72% of black children are raised in single-parent household. A lot of them are with the grandmother and not the mother. The mother, man, is so young. And we got, grandmothers in their 30s.
No, his mama is 16, grandmama is 26, and great grandma is 36.
Yeah, and it's just a vicious cycle, man. That you almost cannot battle yourself out of this cycle. I tell you what, the one thing, a lot of the adult boys and the older boys, there's no way to save them now, man. You know, they doping, smoking, got their pants halfway around their butt. You know, they looking to hit a lick, man, on anybody. You know, they don't have the job and the opportunity.
I don't know if you've ever been to Kentucky, but it's the white kids around here looking like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, the police like them because they can't get away when they're stealing stuff. Their pants fall down around their ankles and they fall on their face.
Yeah. But, yeah, man, we got like thousands of them, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and, you know, a lot of them I don't think really realize where that came from, or they wouldn't be doing that.
Right.
Right. Yeah, like they said, it comes from jail. You know, where they take your belt and then your pants, you know, kind of slip down.
Or actually, the new terminology for that is when you're locked up, it's an indicator to whether you are or you're not.
What, gay?
Yeah.
Or ready for the down low?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, they say that the new cleavage is actually a man's buttocks, the crack of his buttocks, inside of some boxers with his pants down and halfway around his buttocks.
Yeah, my nephew, I went over a couple weeks ago. My nephew's got his pants below halfway down his butt, you know, and he's like, "Oh, it's like to show the man, you know, this is where to kiss it." I'm like, "What the hell is wrong with you?"
Yeah.
So I yanked him up to about his shoulders, and
so you yanked him up to about his shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what he need. That's what they need. They need a man to come right in behind them, man. You know, and yank up their pants and stuff, man, and tell them to straighten up.
Yeah.
You know, and how to do it right.
Oh, you know? Yeah. Now they're selling these pants that you can't pull up.
Right.
It's messed up, man. Looks like we got Hijacker back. What you doing, Hijacker?
Yeah, I just wanted to you know, taking a look at the situation. It's pretty grim, and I'm taking a look at what was the thing that really probably might have finished off the American blacks, and it looks to me that it's the Hispanic and illegal immigration. I think they just swept out all your jobs, just wiped you out.
Right.
What do you think on the immigration angle?
You know what, on the immigration angle, there's a lot of illegal immigration, I know, you know, and I don't know what the deal is on legal immigration down there. But, you know, when it comes to California, Mexico, New Mexico, Arizona, different things like this, man, you know, the Mexicans, man, ain't doing nothing but coming home. You know what I'm saying, man? They kind of lost that land in a bad way, you know. The border got moved down instead of up, you know. But so, you know, a lot of that, and then, you know, white people took advantage of these Mexicans, man. You know, they used them for cheap labor in the fields and different things like that, you know. And they've been over here, man, for years. Some of them have raised children and everything else, you know. And they've been here for decades, man. And now that things get a little tight, you know, in the American society and economy, everybody like, oh, shoot, we got to throw the Mexicans out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the way I'm looking at it is that basically that strata of jobs that the Mexicans take, when I was growing up, when I was younger, it was always the poorer whites or the poorer blacks that had those jobs.
Exactly.
Whether it be on the farm or whatever, it just seemed like that just wiped out your whole labor.
Exactly, but you know, I don't too much care whether or not the Mexicans take those, you know, the bull working jobs and stuff like that. I'm tired of being the bull. You know what I'm saying? You know, I want to see us move up in this society and do some different things. And I want all these games to stop. You know, and these analysts and think tanks and stuff to stop. You know, figuring out ways to screw the black community. You know, and the CIA to back off and to keep their dope, you know, with themselves. You know, pass it around the Pentagon. You know what I'm saying? You know, keep it out of our neighborhoods.
Yeah, but I don't. There's no stopping